Check it out. It's the latest edition of the Canadian Geographic dealing with the Great Trail. We're going to find out more right now. With us right now, the digital editor for Canadian Geographic, Alexandra Pope.
Hi.
Good to have you back on the show.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Right away, maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe I don't know my Canadian history. The Great Trail. Where is the Great Trail exactly?
The Great Trail is all across Canada, though you might know it better as the Trans-Canada Trail, which was its original name. So it was a Canada 125 legacy project started in 1992. And for Canada 150 in 2017, they actually connected the main spine of the trail completely coast to coast to coast. So
really?
You could actually hike, bike, and paddle your way from St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, BC on the Great Trail.
Okay, now I'm finding this hard to believe. So it connects, like it connects right through Canada. Is there any spots in the trail that aren't connected or obstructed by something?
Nope, it's all connected, but some parts you might have to actually paddle your way around. So there's it's not like you could either bike, hike, or paddle. Some of them you only have the option to paddle.
Yeah.
But they're continually working on building out the trail network. But it is connected across Canada.
But if someone was to say to you, I'm going for a short walk on the Great Trail, you should probably be concerned. Because they could just be walking for...
They could walk for 200 days, probably.
They could end up in British Columbia. Okay, interesting. The Great Trail. All right, where do you want to start here then? Because, so it's your brand new issue, the January-February issue.
It is. It's available on newsstands now. And I think it's a really beautiful issue. We've got some amazing photography and some amazing stories about the trail to inspire people's adventures.
Okay. And I'm sure there'll be lots of adventures and lots of stories that have been had on the Great Trail throughout the years. So the Fundy footpath. Now where exactly, now I'm obviously thinking Bay of Fundy.
Yes, of course. So it's on the New Brunswick side of the Bay of Fundy. And it's actually a little section of trail between Fundy National Park and the Fundy Parkway. The Fundy Parkway is open to vehicle and bike traffic, and Fundy National Park has a big network of hiking trails. But the footpath is an entirely volunteer-built and maintained footpath, which is exactly as it sounds. It's for foot only, and it's pretty challenging from what I've heard. And the story goes into detail about the different sites that you can see on that trail and the history of that particular footpath. Okay,
so I'm guessing we've got some pictures right here of the Fundy Foot Trail?
Yes, that's right. So that one of those people is the writer that we sent to explore the Fundy footpath. And we also sent a photographer, Nick Hawkins, who's a really wonderful Nova Scotia conservation photographer, to capture this amazing landscape of the Bay of Fundy. It's absolutely spectacular. If you haven't been, you have to go.
That's incredible.
That's the St. Martin Sea Caves, which are also on the Bay of Fundy, and you can explore these amazing sea caves at low tide and walk on the ocean floor.
That's beautiful. I was wondering the last shot we saw if that's where the footpath or trail ended, and like like that's you just keep walking.
Well, it's a real hazard, so they recommend that you be a pretty experienced hiker and that you definitely have satellite communications equipment on you just in case something happens.
You never know. Cowichan Valley Trail?
The Cowichan Valley Trail. So that's all the way on the other coast of Canada on Vancouver Island.
Okay.
And a lot less challenging than the Fundy footpath. If you're looking to do an adventure out to the west coast in Vancouver Island, this is a great way to spend the day. It stretches from Ladysmith to Malahat, and it's absolutely stunning. It uses an old rail bed that used to traverse the island for logging purposes.
Really?
And so it's nice and flat and gentle. There's a lot of these amazing historic wooden trestle bridges, including one of the largest in the world, the Kinsall Trestle, which I believe is being pictured here.
I'm wondering how that picture was taken.
I'm not sure.
If your photographer was hanging off the end of it?
Well, you got to get creative to get the shot.
Just told that lady, just keep walking. I'm not doing anything here. Okay, and look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of old-growth forest and some really interesting opportunities to sample the bounty of the area, too. There's some wineries, there's a cidery along the trail, and all of these things can be accessed from the Cowichan Valley Trail.
Okay. So. I managed to say Cowichan because you told me how to say it before we got on TV. You're going to have to handle this one in Baffin Island. What's this trail?
Itiyahiak.
Okay.
And with my apologies to any Inuktitut speakers out there watching, because I'm not even sure that I pronounced that correctly, but Itiyahiak, yes.
Okay.
And it's the only portion of the Great Trail that lies in Nunavut. And it cuts across the southern part of Baffin Island, the Meta Incognita Peninsula. And in the summertime, it's really just kind of an open range. You can choose your own route over these amazing ancient plateaus and Arctic tundra. And in the winter, it's actually a common snowmobile route for the locals to get from Kimmirut to Iqaluit.
Wow, you know your geography.
Oh,
I guess that's
I do work for geography
You're part
magazines.
of Canadian Geographic. That makes sense. Okay, and Did I have it upside down? I think I had it upside down. I knew that. How about this? Edmonton's River Valley as well. Tell us a bit about this area.
A place very near and dear to my heart. I lived in Edmonton for a little while, and so I was really thrilled when we were talking about the Edmonton River Valley Trail, which is actually Canada's largest urban park. There's so many different trails that you can explore all along the North Saskatchewan River that connect a number of parks in the city, some right downtown, some further flung. But it's really just an amazing opportunity to get out and appreciate the very short Alberta summer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot here. How long is the Great Trail? Do you know exactly in kilometers length?
Exactly, not off the top of my head,
No,
but I know it is
estimate.
over 24,000 kilometers in length, and there are an additional 2,000 kilometers of trail spurs, so parts of the trail that branch off the main spine.
Wow.
Yep. Including right here in Ottawa, Sussex Drive is actually a spur of the Great Trail.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
That's interesting. That's how Justin Trudeau stays in such great shape.
Exactly. He's got the trail right outside his door.
Hitting the trail. Cangeo.ca is the best way to say your website?
Yes, so we have lots of other additional material about the Great Trail that can be found online, and that's also where people can subscribe to get every issue of Canadian Geographic. We publish 6 times a year, and it's always wonderful, in my opinion.
Alexandra, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Dylan.
There you go. Canadian Geographic. We've got more daytime coming up in moments right here on Rogers TV.